favorite time of the day, lunch. We got our factor meals. Easy, healthy, delicious. All 9 of my favorite adjectives. Take a fork, poke a couple holes. Take your chosen meal. Mine's ground beef. Bob, I'm filming over here! Ruining my flow! Alright, I'll see you later. Bye, I love you. Bob's our mailman. Got some ground beef, throw it in the microwave. 2 minutes. Set it and stare at it. Kids, don't do this at home. But do this at home. Woo-wee. Now that we got the most important one done, mine, let's get the rest of these prepped for the boys. Busy season never dies down here at the shop, and with the help of Factor, we can stay on top of our daily tasks and keep all the boys fed. We like to skip out on overpriced, unhealthy fast food options and the hassle of meal prepping at the grocery store. Factor easily helps the guys eat healthy. Factor is super flexible and allows us to adjust our order size for whatever suits our needs. You can change your plan up at will, anything from 4 to 18 meals a week. You can pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use the code JimmyO50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders. That's code JimmyO50 at factor75.com to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month of orders. Thank you to Factor for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to work.
What is up, everyone? Exciting stuff, exciting day, big day, woo! Air horns. As you guys know, Jay-Z swapping the E36. We've been full tilt. This has been coming together super smoothly, super quickly.
This car is finally going to be what it was always meant to be.
Part 6. No, it should be good. The engine looks so freaking cool in there. As you guys know, we have a fully built 10-to-1, 1JZ, Turbo Smart Turbo, Link Electronics, Artec manifold, D-Sword steel system.
The recipe.
Whatever. So, it's all sick. It's great. I'm dying to hear this thing run. And in the last video you guys saw, we went all the way up to Wiring Specialties. We got a tour of their facility. We kind of saw the whole process at which they operate. So if you guys didn't see that, go check it out. It's pretty damn cool. And we were able to pick up our engine harness, so I fully wired the thing up.
All the little connectors.
And I was dying to start it on video for you guys because I know it's been such a tease. You know, we did the exhaust, couldn't start it. We did the harness, couldn't start it. But right now, we're gonna start this damn thing. I was here super late last night trying to finalize the rest of the stuff. I've had a lot of long nights, but it's
that
here.
last 10% is buttoned up now.
That was all the tools from last night underneath the car. I just kicked it in the pile this morning. It's been a long couple of nights. So, theoretically, I should be able to turn the key and the thing will just start up. We're gonna find out, all right? It's always easier said than done. Ooh, you hear that? Fuel. So, as you guys remember, this thing had an LS in it before. This is the same ECU that was in it, the Link Extreme. Since it had a supercharged V8 on it, and now we have a boosted straight 6, I had to change things up in the ECU, right? So I had to go through and almost change everything. We had to change the firing order, had to change the injector data, the dwell data, had to set up new sensors are in different spots in the harness, had to redefine where the fuel pump was, where the fan was. I had to put new trigger settings in because now we have Toyota triggers versus LS, GM triggers. Everything should be configured. Obviously the fuel mapping, the ignition mapping, and all that stuff is out of whack, but that's what tuning's for. So, Austin, we have to do one more thing. We have to calibrate the TPS. You wanna hop in the car real quick? All right, don't touch it. Calibrating the throttle body. Do that real quick, nice work, Link. Calibrated. Press the pedal all the way down to the floor. Okay, hold it there. Let go. Calibrated.
That easy.
Now we have E-throttle, E-throttle body. Good to go. And if you guys remember, we got this OEM brushless fan. This is from a 2024 Kia Niro. It's super random, but it was super thin. It's got a 16-inch OEM, literally brushless fan built into it. Brian was able to take it off a junk car at work, which is pretty cool. Factory brushless. Brushless fans are the shit. They're really expensive. This came out of a dumpster. Well, listen to it. Woo! Woo! It is nice because it's an OEM fan, so it's kind of quiet.
I need that in my bedroom at night.
This thing is barking.
Holy shit.
Barking. Hello. Also, what's sick too is it's pulling really nice through the intercooler also.
That's crazy.
Yeah. If you guys remember, I'm kind of banging through. Usually I have a whole process of the first startup, but I'm too excited to hear it. I couldn't sleep last night. So, wiring specialists, we get our harness, they give us this spreadsheet right here, and this tells us where everything's pinned. So when I need to define everything in the ECU to tell the ECU where all the sensors are, where all the outputs are, it's right here down the list. You know, coolant temp sensor, map sensor, tach output, CPS sensor, fuel pump trigger, fan trigger, boom.
All right there, on the cheat sheet.
That's it. Get the little drop down on the Link ECU. Where's the fuel pump? Right here. You're good. So this is a brand new built engine. So that means we have to do a braking process. This isn't just like an old engine we got from the depot we're gonna throw in, we're gonna put oil in it and go. So everyone has their own braking procedure. Everyone has their own rain dance, essentially, is like what I like to call it. So the one that's always worked for me, the one that has been kind of shared with me through people I trust massively, is throw some cheap ass conventional thin oil in it for the first startup. Let it get up to temp, right? Get some temp into it, let it idle for a little bit. We'll flush the oil out, right? And that will catch everything that is in the engine currently from assembly, getting moved around. You know, the engine was built in Florida. It got thrown in an FD trailer, dug around, thrown in my truck, moved around the shop, assembled. So there's dust, there's dirt, there's grime. Things get in there. It is what it is. We'll get that out with the first oil change. Boom. Then we'll throw some decent oil in it, and we'll probably break it in on the dyno with that. We'll get some load into it, do that, and then off the dyno we'll change the oil out, and then we're good. We're gonna keep it simple, right? We're not going over the top.
We're not gonna daily drive it for
I'm not gonna daily drive it for 3 months. It is what it is. So we got some cheap non-conventional thin oil in it right now, fresh filter. Of course, the trans is also filled with fluid since the trans will be rotating. Do not forget that. Your trans does rotate even if it's in neutral, so you gotta make sure that there's fluid in it. There's coolant in it. You should be able to bleed everything out and let it get up to operating temp and hopefully maintain it, right? All right. Step one, we don't have an oil primer here, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna crank the engine over until it builds oil pressure for the first time before we even try and start it, so.
That sounds like good compression to me.
All right, cool. Crank sensor is now plugged in. If I guess the timing and the fueling correctly, it should start up in like 2 seconds. It's a JZM Link. Come on. Yeah, there's gas in here. Oh, you know what? It's on ethanol. I hate starting engines for the first time in ethanol because it's such a pain. Because when the engine's cold at, we'll say 80 degrees right now, it requires a lot of fuel. Okay.
And it's also old ethanol too.
And it's not the newest ethanol. All right. So if it was on pump, it would have started like this. I promise. I promise you. I promise you.
There we go. Smooth, girl. Smooth, baby.
Not bad. That's like, literally was just.
That's sick. That's so good.
That was no movie magic. That was just it. This is gonna be loud as shit with that turn down. You know how loud it is?
I love it. It's gonna sound so sick.
Dude.
Oh, that sounds so good. Oh, it smells good too.
You can't beat it. Jay-Z on Link, they just work.
Just works.
They just work.
This is the part where you slowly listen into it.
I know, every single noise freaks you out, but you gotta remember, like, built engines, they can't be noisy, especially built 4-cylinders. They can be noisy as hell, but you gotta remember you have upgraded valve springs now, you got bigger cams, you got a lot more seat pressure smacking on the cams. Aftermarket injectors are loud. You know, forged internals before it's all warmed up inside. If they're loose, they can be a little slappity-dappity, you know what I'm saying? So, you guys know how much anxiety I have. I always tell myself, like, don't freak out, let the oil get in it.
You know what you're doing.
Let it warm up, have some confidence, but it sounds awesome right now. I mean, think about it. Every single part, every single fitting we installed on this thing, right? So, the short block was, it had a rotating assembly in it, but besides that, every single nut, bolt, fitting, everything was installed by me. So
and
it's
now
like
all of it has to work in unity.
Exactly. So you sit there and you're like, did I tighten that? Like, is that tight enough? Did I over tighten that? Like you're in bed at night, like, oh my god, you know.
You know what you're doing.
But it's cool because moments like this, like it feels good, you know. So I kind of rewrote the cooling system on this car, so we're gonna see how it works. Right now it's bleeding out, so it's gonna overflow just a little bit, so don't mind that, but hopefully this theory of mine works on this one.
See if it bleeds properly.
Yeah. Cool. Fan should. It's on.
Oh, it's on.
It's quiet. I'm so used to aftermarket fans where they're like, you know, like they're so loud.
Oh, it's so good. He hates it.
That's gonna sound like an FD car, dude.
Oh, it sounds ridiculous. The turbo whistle is insane.
It's kind of wild how much turbo you can hear in the exhaust.
That's so nuts.
Look, you hear it. It sounds like a jet right now, just idling.
It sounds like a 6.0 power stroke.
It does
It's
sound like a
crazy.
power stroke. That's wild. Dude, hear the you would think the turbo's in the back. I'll tell you what, I think the turbo smart's worth it alone by the noise. Like come on, it's so good.
That's so good. Oh, love it.
That wheel's spinning, right?
Yeah.
The clutch feels incredible. It's like consistently firm. I know that sounds weird, but like it feels like a sim rig clutch.
Not too stiff.
Yeah.
It's not like too soft that there's nothing there.
It's not like hyper sprung.
It's just right.
Oh, it's so good.
This car's had a lot of bad juju. I can't wait for the day that this is your favorite car to drive. It's gonna happen.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's the goal. This is sick.
It's so good.
It sounds so good! Woo! That's only at 4,000.
Bro, imagine this
At
like
8,000.
yeah. Around the wall at E-Town.
Holy shit. It's staying cool. It's being good. Keep being good. We got some heat in it. We let it run for some time. Got a little movement through it. So now it's time to drain out the dumpy oil. Check it all out. Get an idea of what it looks like on the inside and put some good stuff in it. Hot, 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 hot. It's so blind. I don't see anything shiny in it, which is good news. Put a filter on by your fingers, and it's always impossible to get off still. Time to leak oil on everything. Fuck, it's so hot. Is there a clean way to remove an oil filter? I really don't think there is.
I saw a trick where a guy would take it and wrap it with a plastic bag so all the oil would leak in the bag.
Oh, that's smart. It still like leaks down the angle of the block.
I tried it on the JZX, it didn't work that well.
Did you actually try it?
Yeah, I did.
All you did was just drop a bag in your face.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. That was dramatic. Oil filter. Filters all the junk out the oil. So you might not see things in your oil, but I always like to cut these things open to see what the heck went through my engine. Is this dire? No, but it's nice to, it's just good practice, especially on your first couple oil changes for sure. This will either give you confidence or
not.
Give you confidence or a lot of anxiety. So sometimes it's better off not knowing.
Let's go gambling.
Let's go gambling. Yeah, there we go. With canned corn.
I feel like that's what we're opening right now.
Yeah, just canned corn, put a little salt and butter in the bowl.
Might be opening a can of worms.
There we go. See, a little metallic in there. Now here's the thing. That could be scary. It's gonna happen, right? Things are gonna break in, right? We have a lot of new metal on metal things that are happening. You have your buckets, your cans, everything in the valve train. You have your pistons in the cylinders. You have the bearing surfaces on the metal. There's things going on. You're gonna get a little bit of residue from these new relationships, okay? Call them growing pains, so don't freak out.
The growing pains.
So we're not gonna freak out. You freak out when you see chunks or an excessive amount of material, right? And check it out. Look at it, there's really nothing to be worried about here. You'll get some dirt, you'll get some grime, you'll get a little bit of metal in there. You don't see any bearing material, anything crazy. Look, a little piece of paint from something. Look, it's just dirt. You'd be really, really surprised at how much junk gets in your engine from all the parts just sitting around. See all the dirt in there? This is what oil filters are for, boys. This is good news. Nothing bad. Nothing bad at all. All right, fresh oil, boys. Fix that. You hear that, T-Bone?
That first start, it did start right up though, I'll give him that.
You hear that turbo whistle?
Yes.
It's crazy,
Insane.
isn't it?
That sounds so freaking cool, dude. Alright, so I kind of waited to the point where the car is like good to go to start it, right? The only thing we have left until we could technically put the thing around is I have to throw an axle back in the thing because Grant stole mine when it
Thanks, Grant.
when it blew up. Only hard part is I have no idea what the axle hardware is, so that's the tricky hurdle. But once we get the axle in, we should be able to actually drive it around, which is very exciting, so it's good. Good day. Many, many moments later. She's on the ground. Look at this. Big moment. It's got not one, but two axles in it. Took a long time to find that hardware. It's on the ground. I got the 17s back up front because the 18s didn't really fit, so 17, 18, cool.
This wheel combo is actually pretty sick.
Hey, you like these wheels?
Yeah, it's not too
They're
bad.
subtle. They're nice wheels. They're Koenigs. Obviously, they're not like a Japanese classic, but like they're really light and they're good quality. Like it's just a nice wheel.
They
You know
look
what I mean?
nice.
So like Koenig, nice work. You just make nice wheels. It's on the ground. This is huge. Like this is crazy. Like look at it. It's got a JZ in it now, and it looks so freaking sick. Like look how cool this looks.
Good job.
I haven't
You killed
busted
it.
my ass on this thing, dude. I think I got swapped together so freaking fast.
Yeah.
This was a crazy fast swap. Obviously there's still some dialing to do, but I got the intake on, tightened some things up, set timing, checked over everything, but we should be able to put it around, which is sick, right? Because the first startup was like 2 hours ago. And to be able to kind of finalize it enough on the first startup that you can go drive it around right after is huge.
Big win.
Big win. Big happy wins out here. So let's put this thing around the parking lot and do our little victory lap that you guys know oh so well. Okay. Brakes still work. Clutch work, shifter's falling off. I'll tighten that. Where's my shift knob? You take my shift knob? No. You put it in your GTO? Okay. Where's reverse in a TVD6 Magnum?
7th gear. There you go. You go through past that wall.
Power steering. Yeah.
Cut towards this. Woo! That was a tight squeeze. Damn. Oh, it's so loud. Last time that thing was outside, it had a supercharged LS in it. God, it sounds crazy.
That is the best this car has ever sounded.
I think it's going to be one of the best sounding cars in the entire shop. 100%.
This thing's got like baby pro car energy.
It really does, yeah.
Like this is an FD car like 10 years ago. Does it sound incredible?
It sounds insane.
Staying cool, which is huge. I mean, JZs will get hot from just doing that. Wow. It feels great.
The last time this thing was outside and had an LS in it.
Yeah, the last time before that had an S50 turbo in it. And before that, it was just, just keep going. That feels good. It's nice because we didn't rebuild an entire chassis. Like every time we do these cars, we'll like do everything.
Yeah, you were kind of starting from the ground up.
Yeah, so like the suspension needs to be done. So like the suspension's on here, feels good. The alignment feels good. Like the brakes feel good.
Yeah.
And so it's, the seat position's all set and good, so it feels good. You know, it's like
caged.
Already caged. This car, this is a sick ass car. Like this car is actually super dope. The cage is beautiful. The paintwork, everything we did on this car, it's just a nice ass car. We built it super simplistic with all the necessities. Like
we could theoretically go drift this thing soon.
Yeah, we can go test it. So we can put on the dyno and then we can go test it.
That would be nuts.
Yeah, so let's go test it.
Double test day with the new coupe and this.
That would be a good idea. It feels right to have a JZ in it. I don't know how to explain it. Like even when I had an S50 turbo and I just driving around the parking lot, I could feel it. And I was like, I don't like this. Like, you know,
you're like it's sick.
I should like it because the recipe of it, but no, this feels right. T56, you're right behind it for the sire.
It's such a good trans.
I don't know, this what is it, McLeod? What was it?
McLeod.
McLeod clutch actually feels incredible. I paid full price for that bitch and I'll still rave on about it. Like, you know? Wow. We need to get this thing tuned ASAP because it's so freaking cool.
Now it just needs the kit that the Poland E36 has on it, and I'm pretty sure B-Knuckle just made knuckles for the E36. I think that would be pretty cool. A bumper just going. Oh!
You'll get that. This thing's blowing bumpers off already.
See, look at that. Already testing her out.
Bumper? Huh? You were just driving, I see you drag your bumper. Like, your bumper, and you kept going.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The bumper.
Well, no.
No?
It wasn't you. It must have been the other
Must have been the other guy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That's clean.
How do you think?
That's clean.
Dude points at the stupid carbon tube and says that's clean.
That's clean.
Take it all in.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of goodness here. Did you dyno it yet?
You're a jackass. You heard me start this thing for the first time. Let me have my one win, okay?
I just want to see, does it hammer? Is it good?
No, it's very soft right now. Like the VVTi isn't even on. Like that's why you don't hear it kind of like really spooling hard. Like when I'm putting on it. I mean, I'm revving the shit out of it here, but I'm putting on it. Tomorrow, baby. Or the next video, I'm hoping.
Hoping to dyno it?
Hoping to dyno it.
Drive it around, breaking the clutch a little. And that.
Who does that, man?
Never you. And it worked.
Breaking it on a dyno. Usually works. That's not why the LS blew up, okay? That's not why it blew up.
This is a cool car.
JZ best. How to make a BMW not leak. Take the BMW engine out of it.
I think it would be sick just to like maybe try again.
Oh no, this is bad juju. I shouldn't have pulled in here. This is bad juju.
Yeah, don't be cursing me with that.
Dude, DJ's got this blueprint LS engine. How crazy is that? DJ's putting an LS in something and it just happens to be a Porsche.
Look at how beautiful that is. Come
That's
on.
a whole lot of billet.
That's goodness.
You're putting an LS in a Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. It's fun. DrewTube, I want to hear your thoughts because you were right there when I pulled up with this car like 7 years ago.
A very long time ago. I know. And I have not seen many right-hand drive E36s since.
It's so random, wasn't it? Like one day I was like, I think I'm gonna go get this, and went to New York, came back with it. You know, the interior was falling apart. It wasn't that nice of a car. It was like, it was honest. There was no rust or anything, but it was like the most standard, basic, crappy 325i ever.
But it was cheap enough that you were dumb if you didn't buy it, so
I
you
got
had
it for $3 grand.
I was gonna say,
titled.
yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Yes. So like that, we were like, dude, you kind of have to, honestly. Like.
It was just one of those, like, why not? It was my first BMW. We just kind of we'd like kind of rewrapped the interior, made the whole interior black. I put all the M parts on it, and then just kind of, I put Blitz, it had Blitz 03s on it at one point. I'm a Nissan boy, but I've done so much BMW stuff, like at least E36 stuff at this point. It's ridiculous. All right. She feels amazing. It sounds amazing. I honestly couldn't be more excited. Like, it's literally fresh off the first start, drive it around, feeling confident. It's an amazing feeling. So I'm thinking we'll dyno it hopefully the next video. That's the goal. If we have time tomorrow.
Yep.
Before Tom shows up for the week and we go on full
Tom mode.
Full Tom reshow. You coming to help, right, Cardi?
God, yeah, I'll be.
He's like, God.
All hands on deck, which is and a lot of people have reached out to me, and a lot of friends have reached out to me to come and help us this week, and I appreciate you guys massively. We're gonna make this work, but for now, I want to get this thing dialed in before Tom shows up so I can feel victorious. But dude, this thing, it's so freaking cool. But of course, as you finish any build, you make it absolute best. Like, this was me last night. I was under the car with all these. This morning I just kicked him out of the way. I was like, we gotta film. Now I gotta spend the rest of the night cleaning up so I can feel refreshed. It's, dude, the last 10% of the build, you'll have your whole shop in shambles, but it's worth it. So good victory, very happy. But for now, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. We'll see you guys very shortly.